Good morning, guys. I've gotten so many recent requests for me to sit in the Clancy room, do my makeup, start my video that way, and it's so funny and ironic because I try to go out of my way, I try to be creative, take more time with things, and so many people commented on my last couple of videos like, we miss the Clancy room, we miss you starting out there, and I'm like, man, you try to be different and they just want you to be the same. No, I mean, I know everyone has a different viewpoint, a different opinion. The reason I switched things up is because some people had commented saying things are getting the same, things are getting boring, and so you can't please everyone. I've realized that the hard way, but I figured I'd go back to my roots with the Clancy room this morning, even though I look back on this footage, guys, and it's not too pleasant. I don't think many people particularly enjoy the way they look when they just wake up, and then when you just wake up and it's 2:30 in the morning, that just kind of, exacerbates some of your flaws a little. So editing this footage is always rough, but that's why I try to, let's do the makeup quickly. Let's get this all on. Where's my beauty blender? I didn't wet my beauty blender. All is well, all is well. But yeah, I did not sleep well yesterday at all. Like, I laid down for what I thought was gonna be a 3-hour nap, and it was probably about 20 minutes, which is the most depressing thing ever, because when you wake up from your naps, 2 minutes could have passed or 2 hours, you have no idea. And when I look at the clock and it's like 2 minutes, I just wanna weep. But I worked a pretty long work day yesterday. It was like 11 hours in total because I just had so much to get done, and I actually ended up doing one of my Zoom interviews in my pajamas with no makeup on because I had already changed, I had already gotten out of everything. It was like 1:45, 2 o'clock, and then someone had gotten back to me saying, hey, she actually could meet on Zoom. I emailed her a couple hours before, and I was just like, all right, let's do this. So I went on that Zoom looking very interesting. Hope she really enjoyed who I was on the inside, but no, I actually did that last week as well. And by the way, when I say pajamas, it's just a big t-shirt and I put like a little hoodie over it. It looked interesting, but honestly, I can't even complain though, because I'm just so lucky to have a job. It's very interesting in the TV news world right now. As soon as the pandemic hit, our viewership skyrocketed. I think it skyrocketed, or I know for a fact, it skyrocketed across all platforms. I mean, first of all, you had people who were suddenly home all the time, but then second of all, you had people who were so curious at every moment what the heck is happening right now. And then local news in particular really skyrocketed because of the fact that obviously when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic, it all is so localized. It matters where you are specifically. What's happening here in Ohio is much different than what's happening in California or... Okay, that was so weird. I wanted to go name any state at all, and all I could think of was San Diego, LA, or Sacramento. Every city in California. And then I wanted to say Oregon, but I knew you guys would make fun of me. Yep, I call it Oregon. So viewership has been amazing. You probably think, oh my gosh, you guys are doing great. No, there have been so many layoffs across the TV news industry, across so many stations, so many companies. And it's because of the fact that it's awesome that we have all of these viewers. That's amazing, but we can't sell anything. And that's the whole part of our TV news industry. You have the TV news side and then the sales side. The sales side is what makes us money. It's what keeps us afloat. People who are selling the commercial spaces and things like that. But during a pandemic, when people are out of work, restaurants are down, they're not advertising. They're keeping their money, because why are they gonna shell out all of this money saying, come to our event, come to this, come to that, when people are staying in their houses? So our sales have been so down, and that has led to so many people getting fired. And when I say people, I mean people behind the scenes, I mean people in front of the camera, longtime anchors, longtime reporters. At my station so far, no one has gotten fired. And actually, I think at my entire company, they really haven't had any layoffs, which, knock on wood, it could happen at any second, which is why I am so unbelievably grateful for my job right now. Gosh, and then when you do get fired, I know people who are looking for jobs, it's so hard because companies are hesitating hiring, and that's just really scary. With the day-to-day grind, especially in my industry, it can be so easy to get frustrated because pretty much anything that can go wrong is gonna go wrong. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. You can just get frustrated and you can be tired and you can think, oh my gosh, I'm waking up at what time? But then you just remember, oh my gosh, I have a job. I am so unbelievably lucky. And whenever I am feeling particularly just worn out and all the feels, I always just think about that feeling I got when I got hired. And also just how grateful I am to the people who hired me and like the fact that they chose me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something to take lightly. It's something to be so grateful for. They had the trust in me to do a good job. job. So yeah, I'm just so unbelievably thankful to have a job right now. Guys, the camera is back in the apartment, and today we have a very special guest on the program. Henry, what is up? You've not been on the program since do you remember my first day of work? I vlogged. Henry, guess what? This is my YouTube!
You're recording right now?
Yeah. How's the first day though between us been so far, do you think?
Oh my god, it's horrible. I'm just, It's been fantastic. I think I shot your first package.
Henry shot my first ever package, and Henry, do you remember me telling you I was so nervous?
Yeah.
It was like the simplest package, and I was like, see guys, I'm real. I'm not like one of those cool people who's like, oh yeah, like I was just flat out like, by the way, I'm about to vomit. I'm so scared to put this together. Please help me.
Because you're Clancy Pants.
He calls me Clancy Pants. But yeah, it has been a while since we have filmed in the apartment. I've really just been doing all of my stuff outside. I mean, one of the big reasons for that is because I felt so bad about doing apartment shots with Zach sleeping, obviously. But for this story, I just felt like the apartment shots made sense. It's all about trick-or-treating and the fact that a lot of communities here where we live in Cincinnati are going forward with it. Hey Bob, there has been a lot of talk about what Halloween will look like this year because this isn't what we're used to. I mean, we have spent the past several months in our own little bubbles with our own families, and then suddenly we're opening our doors to strangers for trick-or-treating. I think it's so much more interesting for a viewer when I'm doing these different creative things in my apartment rather than standing in an empty street. And I like to switch up the shots for each and every one. Like normally I have 3. Oh, this right here in case you're wondering. We have a random paper towel here for white balance so that the color is not distorted. This right here, Henry, what does that light back there do?
I like the back of your head, separate you from the background. Show the natural sheen of your beautiful hair.
Hey Sheila, by now this is what a lot of us are used to. Sitting at home on our couches, maybe with a blanket, alone. And actually, this is what the CDC recommends we do this Halloween. Oh, stand by. Never mind. I heard the word Centers for Disease Control. You can't leave. My story starts with that.
I'm lucky you have to deal with it. Not me.
I don't even know what I'm saying in this script because I haven't had time to concentrate. 30 seconds, okay.
I'm out of here. Have fun. Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye, dear.
Love you. Hey John, right now I'm on the CDC's website and they've actually laid out all of your favorite Halloween activities and ranked them by risk level. So on the lower end of things, we have staying at home and picking out a movie. A scary one if you're feeling brave, or just the classic one like Hocus Pocus. But the big thing here is staying home with those you are already social distancing and quarantining with. On the moderate end of things is going to a pumpkin patch. The key here is to wear face masks, have everyone use hand sanitizer, and to stay 6 feet between yourself and other people. And then on the higher risk is, you guessed it, trick-or-treating. But I spoke with the health commissioner for the city of Middletown, and she says she feels we can still do this safely as long as we get a little bit creative. So when it comes to trick-or-treating, you're used to going door to door and grabbing some candy. This is what your kids are probably going to be doing, but she recommends maybe having them put that into one bag, but then having another bag waiting for them at home. All right, so I woke up this morning to this message from Zach that I placed down here on our fridge because I obviously didn't want the viewers at home to like see this in the background. That'd be so awkward. But I was reading it, and I'm like, what? Your Ezekiel bread is stuck in the ice maker. What does that mean? Opened up our freezer. I'm like, oh, you just gotta take it out. No, it is stuck. It's like caught in between. Oh, I got it. I'm getting it. It's happening. Come on, yes. So, that's awesome, but at least I got it out. Guys, do you see what I see? Clancy Burke, and going on vacation! And I am so excited, guys. I have not taken an actual vacation day since I went home for the holidays, and not only am I taking vacation days, I'm going somewhere. As you can imagine, with everything going on in the world right now, there was a lot of uncertainty about this trip. I booked it several months ago, but didn't know if it was actually gonna be able to happen, if we were just gonna have to cancel, and as of right now, we're going to Jamaica. And obviously when I say we, it is Zach and me. And we previously had to cancel a trip to Ireland a few months ago. It was my cousin getting married, my whole family was gonna be there. It really was such a bummer that we weren't able to go, but finally it looks like things are looking up. First of all, I have my COVID test results in my hands right now. Came back negative, which I was so nervous about just because you can test positive even if you do not display symptoms. I don't want to say I feel safe. Like, I'm not trying to encourage traveling, but I feel good with my decision because we weren't sure where to go, and we were thinking, you know, should we go to another state instead, cancel Jamaica, not leave the country, and go to, I don't know, Charleston or wherever. I mean, Charleston probably not great because South Carolina wasn't great, but wherever, Denver, Colorado, or just another state. And then I was thinking Jamaica would be one of the safest bets, just because we're gonna be on a beach, secluded, not near anyone. The resort we're going to is operating at like 30% capacity or something like that. So there really aren't a lot of people there. And that is so much safer, in my opinion, than going to another state where I'm gonna be going all around the town, hopping from restaurant to restaurant. Obviously, naturally, you're on vacation, but being at like a secluded resort just sounds so much safer, where you know every single person who enters the country has to prove that they are COVID-19 negative. So you know everyone there is negative. And really, I think the biggest risk factor is going to be traveling, just being on an airplane, which from people I have spoken to, actually, I guess it is hit or miss because I have heard of planes being packed, but I'm hoping it's just gonna be me and Zach sitting next to each other. We're gonna wear our masks the whole time. And I really am thinking this is a possibility. As you guys know, my COVID experience and quarantining and all hasn't been like most people, not by choice. I work, you know, when everyone else was in the stay-at-home orders and staying home, I was out. Not only was I out, I was at COVID-19 testing sites, which I obviously was very safe, and I was staying back. I wasn't near anyone. I'll be honest, that freaked me out. Like, I was very freaked out when I had to cover a few of those. And my station is great. Like, they always say, if you feel unsafe, leave. Like, that's always the motto. But I knew as long as I, you know, stayed back and wasn't anywhere near the people, I was gonna be fine. It was like an irrational fear in my head. But I've definitely been out and about, and I almost have a feeling like I've had it before, just because I don't know how I haven't. With my job, I've been in so much more contact than the average person. So I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate. I'm just really excited to finally have a break. It's been a weird year, and I just want to pack this suitcase and be on a beach. And if you watched my birthday vlog, you know this is the suitcase Zach got me, and I love it. And really, I'm just packing super light. Like, I just have a couple of cover-ups. I'm gonna pack my workout clothes once I wash those tonight, and then I just have like 6 or 7 dresses. And then, of course, we have the sun hat. The only semi-frightening thing is that if you look at the weather app right now, it says it is going to rain every single day that we are there, and so that's a little frightening. I know in the Caribbean it typically does rain a lot at this time of the year. I'm just hoping it's not a total washout. Like, what the heck would we do? But I thought about that. I don't care. Like, I just want to be anywhere, like just a break, like not working, living life. I'm just gonna be so grateful just to have the time off, have the relaxation, not having to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Guys, do you know what this does to my life? Guys, the time is here. We are officially on our second container of Hershey's Cocoa Dark Powder. If you remember, I discovered this stuff probably about like a month and a half ago. I have just been loving it. If we could take this off. We're on our fresh box, and let's just tear this sucker open. I love when it's nice and full. This right here is what dreams and magic are made of. We're gonna get a nice generous scoop and just dump it right in. That is just beautiful. And then I've actually been switching it up a little bit, guys. So you guys know I normally use honey in this little concoction. I decided to try out a little bit of maple syrup. Honestly, there's so much sugar in this that it's kind of depressing. Obviously not great for you, but I need something to sweeten it up, and I didn't want to go for like a Truvia or Stevia because that stuff is not natural, and this is natural. You know, there's nothing added in it. Just like a little bit. Boop. Okay, there we go. So it's, I don't know, like half a teaspoon. Yeah, look at it getting all chocolatey, guys. This is the highlight of my day every day. Would you totally and completely judge me if you found out I was packing my cocoa powder? I'm actually in the middle of doing some work, so that's why my AirPods are in. I'm not taking them off, but I just wanted to tell you guys that, yes, I'm packing my cocoa powder because I'm a little bit nervous about breakfast at the resort. I just don't know what they have, and all of the traditional typical breakfast, like eggs and all that, I can't have because I'm allergic to eggs, and I'm sure I'd be able to find something, but why not just pack this just in case? So I actually packed oatmeal packets. I also have my green tea with lemon because I'm worried that their tea is just gonna be weird. I'm a freak, I know. The only thing that separates me from my vacation is just a little bit of work. I'm trying, as you can see, we're really not done. That's embarrassing, but I'm trying to knock out this work before I leave because, as you guys know, with the morning shift, it is like all about planning ahead, but it's hard when you leave for a vacation to plan ahead for like a week and a half from now. But I lucked out because on Monday when I return, it's like the deadline to register. It's like all this like voting stuff. So I was able to interview one of our local county clerks, and yes, we're doing that now. And of course, we have our trusty old oatmeal. Oh, just look at that. Okay, jeez, this has been the most stressful couple of hours ever. But now we are here with our lunch, some butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, and salmon, and it's all gonna be okay, but man, this has really just not been great. And I wasn't even gonna vlog this, but so it all started off with my travel authorization to Jamaica getting denied. It wasn't denied, but they just basically said, we can't accept this. Apparently I put my birthday wrong. Getting through to them is impossible. It was just this whole ordeal where I was like, wow, I'm really not going to Jamaica. And Zach's got accepted, which made me feel terrible. Like I'm the one holding us back. Basically, I ended up submitting my passport. We're good to go. But then we have the problem of the fact that I just got my eyebrows done and she decided to wax off half my eyebrow. We're just gonna act like that's not happening. And then also, I thought I was gonna get my nails done and they were gonna look beautiful and match my toes. And I asked the woman to please match my toes to my nails because one's gel, one's not. Do you guys wanna see? You guys want to see? I'm gonna show you. So yeah, these don't exactly match. It's okay though. And no, obviously everything is fine. Like these are all just small problems. And the reason I'm really low energy right now is because it is 2:59 p.m. and I have not yet taken my nap, and I'm just genuinely tired and hungry and I want my lunch and I just want to nap. But yeah, I just can't believe like what these past couple of hours have been. It's just been so stressful. But oh, and then the other thing is I can't even fit all of my stuff into that suitcase over there. I love this suitcase so much, but it's so small and I'm still not done packing. So Zach is actually at the store right now getting himself a new suitcase. His is also having some issues. We pack a lot. So that was a thing as well. I feel like I'm like on a bad spiral of these like not bad things happening. These are all dumb. Like my eyebrow, it'll grow back, whatever. I'll get over it, even though that kind of is upsetting. I feel like just these dumb bad things are happening to me and I just need to go into that bedroom right there and go to sleep and like reset. So I'm gonna eat my lunch, do that. Fingers crossed that things pick up. All right, guys, we have finally made it to the airport. Of course, Zach is here too. We are just social distancing. But yeah, our first stop is Charlotte, then we go to Jamaica. Are you excited?
We're 7 hours away from landing in Jamaica.
I'm so excited. And okay, so I actually have my backpack. This is my little carry-on over here. What is gonna keep me entertained for all of these 7 hours, you ask? Well, we've got my laptop so I can finish editing this vlog you're watching now, actually. But the main guy is this Kindle. Guys, if you don't have a Kindle, this thing is my entire life. I don't know what this is, by the way. They put random books on there. Yeah, I'm not reading this. But it's so cool because you can actually download books right from your library. I feel like this is like a sponsored video. It's not sponsored, I promise. You don't need to go to the library. You don't need to pay for them. Obviously, though, the problem is... Obviously, though, the library is not going to have every single book, especially the new ones. So I did buy one book and I downloaded 2 others. I bought this one, which I'm so freaking excited about. It's by Lauren Akins. I really don't know how to pronounce it. It's Thomas Rhett's wife, so it's really interesting. It's about like growing up with him and just their marriage and how weird it was when all of a sudden he became one of the most famous men in the world. I don't know if that's an overstatement, but I love Thomas Rhett. Also got one book by Colleen Hoover, All Your Perfects. Really don't know. I just got a lot of recommendations for Colleen Hoover. And then One Day in December, which is like some sort of romance one, I think. Zach also got a book. Show them. I'm so excited. 2 books. And Zach, tell them you haven't read a book since middle school.
You told them, so.
I always do that.
When breath becomes air.
And he actually really likes it.
Yep, so we're halfway through.
And that one I already had in my library.
And then Sway. Picked up Sway from the bookstore. TBD. Can't recommend it yet on my book channel. So.
My mom always says, Zach needs to start a fitness channel. And Zach gets mad that I laugh at it.
I don't know why that's funny.
Well, it's just funny that my mom automatically jumps to like, Zach needs to start a YouTube channel.
Let me know if you'd follow my fitness channel. I think it would be a smashing hit, and so does Kathy.
I think so too. I got my Starbucks. I drink one of these like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year, but I can never finish it because it upsets my stomach. So Zach is really just taking it away. It is a grande iced coffee, no classic syrup, like unsweetened, and then with soy milk. Zach is so nervous.
I mean, just trying to enjoy my flight. Obviously, mothers with young kids, I know that'd be tough, but I just don't want the baby crying next to me. I think it's fair.
No, obviously we get it. I'm gonna end off this vlog here, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe I'll vlog a little bit on vacation.
Till next time.
Bye.